You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show of the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. We do not have any new callers today. But what we do have, and you're probably going to hear a lot of screaming, my kids have lost their freaking minds, is Nico from Idaho.
Well, Ryan, how the heck are you doing? This is Nico from Idaho.
Pretty good.
Leaving my evening gig on Saturday night here. And just, oh man, this season, or this off season, just seems to be dragging.
Someone is at the front door.
Someone's at the front door.
We didn't really do a ton in free agency, so, you know, I had that endorphin hit, endorphin hit, whatever.
You said it right.
I didn't get that rush of adrenaline. But I don't know.
Can I just say I'm glad you said it that way, because I see occasionally people on social media pissing and moaning about how we did nothing in free agency. And again, I will always say, who did you want? What were we supposed to do? Because much like last year, there really weren't a ton of big home run hits to be made in this free agent class. But I think you're right. I think what people want is the big frickin' endorphin hit. They want the big spike in adrenaline when the Packers do a big thing that's going to save everything and fix everything. And they didn't get it, and so they're mad. Rather than saying, man, I really wish we would have gotten XYZ, it's just you didn't do something. You didn't just make me happy, and that's sad.
Everyone loves off-season acquisitions, but I guess you could say I'm one of those people that says if everyone just comes back healthy and we don't lose everyone, we should be good with what little we've added. And we might get a player or two out of the draft. This season this draft could not come any faster. And that sucks too, because we won't have the round one just adrenaline shot.
Yeah, right, exactly.
From whoever we would have picked.
Yep.
I still wouldn't trade it for nothing. Mike Parsons is worth two first round picks. And I just said, part of me just thinks I know Drew was asking about, making comments today about if he doesn't come back to 4 games at the beginning, what are they going to do? Are they going to draft someone, help out? I don't think it's going to change their draft strategy. If someone falls to whatever 50 number pick we're at, was going to be an immediate impact. I don't see that happening though. I think, and I could be wrong, but to me it seems like edge rusher just seems to be one of the things, like if you're going to be an immediate impact after being drafted, it's got to be like a top 10 pick. I'm sure there's been some freaks that have come out in the round 2 and 3 that have been that, but I think it's probably more got to be probably a top 10, not even just a first round pick. It's funny, about a month ago, I just went to look back at all the draft picks, and I think it was around the time you had has Greedy been drafting good? And it looks bad, but then when you look at other teams, it's like, oh my gosh, a lot of teams draft like crap.
Right.
Yeah, they get the occasional gem. We get gems too,
I'll let you finish. Just a couple seconds.
We got Tucker Kraft. We got Zach Tom. I think Christian Watson is a gem. Just maybe not Frank Z and stuff. Oh, 3 minutes.
Yeah, and again, I think it does come down to the frickin' adrenaline rush, the endorphin hit, because what people see is, well, that team got somebody cool, why couldn't we? In other words, there's 31 teams, and I'm going to pick the one team that got the one guy as evidence for you're not doing what you should be doing. Because you need to be the one team that gets the one guy, apparently. Without just looking at what on average are teams doing? What's typically happening? Oh, all these teams are doing this, including the good teams are also doing that. Oh, okay, that's That's kind of just what happens. That's normal. We don't care about what's normal and what other people are doing and how things typically go and what like normal expectations would look like. It's just what is the absolute best possible thing that could happen. That's what I want to happen. And it didn't happen. And now I'm mad about it. And that's about the whole thing.
But I don't think it's, I don't think they're going to change how they draft. Yeah, we've got gems, just like some teams have. And, even like the first 10 picks, you go back in time, it's crazy. Like, I went back in there 20 years. And, there's the occasional draft where, everyone in the top 15 is banging. But there's a lot of drafts where, 1 sucked, 2 sucked, 3, meh, 4, he's good, 5, out of the league 2 years. I mean, it's bad. Mm-hmm. Which kind of made me appreciate Gutekunst, even though he, hasn't really, he's gotten some good picks and then some not good picks.
And again, there's nothing wrong with criticizing Gutekunst. I've been criticizing Gutekunst over the last year or so. But it needs to come from a standpoint of reasonable expectations. Nobody has reasonable expectations. They have stupid expectations, and then they're mad at Gutekunst for not reaching their stupid expectations, which is upsetting to me. And then I end up defending Gutekunst, not because he's necessarily doing a good job, but because the people that are attacking him for stupid reasons.
I just wish the gooder picks were more towards the first round, especially offensive linemen. We have dedicated some stuff to the offensive line. They weren't good. I mean, one might be good, Belton. Morgan, I don't know, dude. I can't study offensive line. I just have to listen to smart people and see what they say. But I mean,
well, you didn't specifically say anything, but you kind of alluded to it. So I'll just say, if anyone has shown anything, it's Morgan. It's absolutely not Belton. And I know, 2 people on social media put together highlight clips of Belton, pancaking people, and we're supposed to believe that makes him amazing. He's been dog crap. I'm hopeful that he can be better, but don't let people on social media sway you into believing that he was really good at right guard and Morgan has just been bad, because that's the exact opposite of this situation.
Let's talk we've got a lot of gems. Anyways, as far as what we just do, let's say Parsons doesn't come back for 4 games, 3-4 games. I mean, we just gotta hope the coaching helps. The one thing I like about this new defensive coach is it seems to me people like to play for him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaches like that, but people love Rich Bisaccia. Someone made a comment on another podcast. The reason why a lot of people liked him is because he was like the substitute teacher that would let you cuss and wouldn't grade your homework. I mean, that could be, but we got to hope the coaching. I remember there was a time a couple years ago when we lost an edge guy, and I think it might have been Hafley or the guy before him, just switched up what we did. And for 2 or 3 games, we kind of increased the pressure through various blitzes. I don't know. You just got to hope the defensive guy could do the job,
That'd be nice.
And also, I hope that the offense could come out all healthy and ready to go. I'm assuming Kraft will be ready week 1 because his injury was mid-season. So I haven't done the math on him. Gotta hope so. So I don't know. The Caleb glazing online is it's to the point where oh wow.
Well, I don't know where that was necessarily headed, but we'll find out in call 3, I'm guessing. I need more than anything else. I need that guy to be a failure. I talked so much crap about Justin Fields, but if you were listening closely, you'll remember I never actually necessarily disliked Fields. I disliked Bears fans. And I disliked the notion that Fields was anything other than bad, because he was bad. And that was just the situation. He was very, very, very bad. And I definitely reveled in his failure because it meant that the Bears were bad and it meant Bears fans were suffering. And that's good because they're stupid and they deserve to suffer for being stupid. and things like that. But it's never about, for example, if Caleb ends up leaving because he's bad and he goes and plays for the Jets and he does all these things, just like Justin Fields, you're not going to hear me say, oh, maybe we should get him, because I can't stand him. He is an insufferable scumbag. He is an arrogant freaking loser. And I don't think anyone is going to like him. This whole thing that he's doing with the trying to get his nickname and everything all freaking copyrighted or whatever, this is something that is going to, if you didn't know about Caleb before, which you should have, because we heard through the draft process that he wanted, or at least apparently his dad was asking for, and Caleb's like, oh, that wasn't me. I'm sure that's not where this whole thing is coming from, is you and your dad and your brilliant business acumen. He wanted positions in the team. He wanted a part ownership for the team that drafted him. Now, again, apparently that rumor was like, oh, no, that was just my dad. I wasn't really in favor of that, blah, 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 whatever. But this is Caleb. And again, we're basically seeing right now, this is kind of proving, see, that is him. It was always him. He was always that guy. This arrogant frickin' jagwad. And now he's just so happy right now because he believes he has proven that he is this elite quarterback, and he hasn't. He hasn't proven the freaking thing. The team was terrible all the time. It just kept getting bailed out by teams like the Packers, who are like, you know what? Never mind. We don't want to win. We're going to start playing like the worst team in the history of the known universe and give you an opportunity to come back. And again, credit to him and the rest of the team, mostly the rest of the team, for actually taking advantage and coming back. But boy, oh boy, if teams could just stop sucking a little bit and actually just keep their foot on the team's throat, that would just be phenomenal. Be really great if they could do that. Because if they do next year, this team is going to be exposed for what it is, which is a dog crap freaking football team. Plus, he lost an offensive lineman. He's going to continue to lose offensive linemen because a bunch of them are old. And I'm excited about that. Where are we at on time here? Let's take a break, and we'll do Nico part 3.
The glazing of the Caleb is bad. It's really bad. And you look at the comments, and a lot of the comments, you can tell who's a Bears fan, and it's not. I'm kind of liking it, though. You know the old phrase, waiting for the other shoe to fall?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're going down steps, and one step is an inch deeper, and you kind of get off kilter, and your foot doesn't hit the ground. All of a sudden, bang, hits the ground. I think that's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, the Bears had a season of freaking luck.
Yes.
And I don't think that's going to be sustainable for next year. And I just think that they're going to get punched in the face. And then when that happens, because we've seen it even this year, we even seen it, in our playoff game with the Bears, when we were killing them, Caleb's yelling on the sideline and throwing tantrums. I think once that, because I think he just doesn't have a really good NFL professional attitude. He does when he's winning. I mean, it's really easy to be super duper fun, cool guy. Yeah, yahoo when you're winning. And it's easy for your teammates to put up with your painted nails and your, other stuff when you win it. But you start losing, and guess what? It's bad. So I think next year they're going to get a little touch of reality. And, I mean, they might win 8 games, 10, maybe 9 games. Maybe, but I don't think they're going to be as good as they were this year. I think the magic of Ben Johnson's going to wear off. The magic of Caleb Williams is going to wear off a little.
Yes.
And then when your entire season was based on luck, when you can't get that luck, bad things happen. So I'm kind of looking forward to the glazing, because when the shoe hits next year, it's going to start, round 1 of the Caleb hatred. It's coming. If he was a little more cool, Jordan Love is pretty cool,
Yep.
People hate Jaden Hurts, but he's kind of cool under pressure. Caleb is not. You can't live on peaks and valleys. You got to be a little more centered, So I don't know. I'm just tired of this not football season. The draft is cool and all, but what do? I just want freaking football to start. That's why they need the Packers NFL B team, whatever season, in the off season. This thing, I know we talked about this a week ago, but I don't talk about it again because I'm old and I can't let a dead horse be a cat. I don't know that expression. Hang on a second. Be quiet.
Well, this is why you've got to dig deep on the off-season stuff, man. Like, we're getting closer and closer to the draft. This is where you should start getting, like, ramped up, and you're already in, like, the draft is okay. No, you can't. This is where people get miserable. If it's just the football season, then mid-January, your football season ends, and you're just miserable until, what, August? Late August? Early September? That's no way to live, man. That's no way to live. And again, even with the off season, with the attitude of like, we didn't do anything. Yes, we did. We did stuff, but it wasn't good enough. And then the draft, like, it's okay, but we don't have a first round pick, and the first round pick is all that matters. And so it's no fun. Bro, this is what I'm saying. This is where I said I hoped that Packer fans would embrace the sort of like depth this year and not just be first round focused and actually look at stuff and be like, you know what? I'm going to embrace the later rounds. I'm going to start looking at second, third, fourth round picks and all this stuff. Nico, man, I need you in on this. All right. You got to get with the rest of us. You got to get on the bandwagon, and you got to start digging into stuff and getting excited about stuff, because you are going to be a miserable bastard for a long time if I got you complaining right before the draft. You know what I mean? Like, this is the time where it's like, finally the draft showed up, and Nico's out here going, oh, man, we got so much time, stupid draft, and we almost can't have it, Nico. Can't have that attitude.
A semi-pro NFL league. We talked about it.
It's not going to happen, okay? We're having fun. We're joking around. It's never going to happen. You're going to have to learn to enjoy free agency, salary cap talk, NFL draft, NFL owners meeting, off-season drama, right? You're going to have to learn to love and embrace this stuff, or just be a miserable bastard through the off-season, which is what most of us do or did. That's what I did for many, 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 many years, until I got into the draft, and then the podcast went year-round, and I started looking at other stuff, and I started enjoying it. Don't be a miserable bastard, Nico.
I didn't talk about this part. Obviously, the reason why we don't like, the dumb leagues, because it's teams we don't have a love for. I would go watch anybody play if they were wearing Packers.
I agree.
That's
I'm with
like
you.
Our beats. Yeah, maybe they could use our whatchamacallit team, the guys that are practice squad guys, develop them a little. But for nothing else, I'm just thinking purely selfish. It'll give me a chance to watch football in the off season, right? So season ends, right? Follow me here. Season ends, and then maybe like 3-4 weeks, a month later, the second season starts.
Yeah.
So we could all watch football again.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's not going to be Jordan Love throwing it to Christian Watson. It's going to be like whoever our backup QB is. I don't even know his name. Throwing to, Amari Cooper. I don't even know. So I don't care if they're wearing Green Bay jerseys and we're playing guys with Bears jerseys. It'll be fun. And I think people would pay to see that, and it could possibly be a self-sustaining league. But more importantly, it gives me football to watch when there's no football. Okay, I'm not gonna go on a Chris from Alabama rant how I need more football, but I need more football. Okay. Anyways, not much else going on. I'm just kind of like starving. Even the podcast, I listen to all of them.
Here we go.
And this is the time of year when I listen to more than just you. Sorry, I'm not cheating on you. You're my first love, Ryan. And I mean that in the least creepy way I can say that. But you gotta check out other stuff this time of year, and it's not good, but I just can't stop listening, and there's nothing to talk about. Man. You know what I hate? I'll rant a little. I'm so tired of breaking news, and it's something that we've known forever. It's like, I already knew this, you know? It's like, yeah, breaking news. Micah Parsons might not play till week 4. We know that.
Yeah.
If you see when he got hurt, you know it's at least half a year or 9 months or something like that, whatever. Then you know he's not going to. It's going to be right on close. Literally 90% of the breaking news in the NFL. After they start talking, I just swipe because it's dumb. It's stupid. You know, It's all click dumb junk bait. Anyways, I'm at my storage unit where I'm going to put all my gear away. Ryan, I feel for you this time of year. It's tough. The struggle is real, bro. Go Petco.
It's not that bad, dude. You just got to embrace it. It is what it is. Like, I get the clickbait thing. That's annoying because but here's the thing. It hurts you more because you're hunting for something. You want something big so bad, right? You need that big swing, that big freaking dopamine hit. You need it. And then somebody says breaking news and it's like, here it is. And then it's a giant freaking letdown. It's annoying to everybody, but it's especially annoying to you, right? I get that. I understand where you're coming from. But again, the issue here, partially it's the clickbaity people. I get that. But it's also, in part, it's Nico. You know, it's a little bit Nico with the neediness of needing, you know, only football. It's kind of like the Super Bowl is the only thing that matters people a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Not exactly. I'm not calling you those people, but it's a little bit that. And we don't want to be those people. Those are not the people we want to emulate as our heroes in life. So we gotta embrace the offseason, man. I don't know what I have to do to pull you in. Obviously, my podcasts are not doing it for you. I get it. I'm trying. I'm doing my hardest sales pitch here. I would encourage you to go watch some guys. Just go watch highlights. That's it. That's all you got to do is watch highlights. I remember the first time I started doing watching tape on prospects. Of course, I started with highlights. And it was the first year that I did it was the Jadeveon Clowney year. And, of course, the first thing I see when I watch the highlight reel is him on that play where he gets into the backfield, hits a guy about as hard as I've ever seen anybody get hit in my life. Ball comes popping out. He hit the running back in the backfield during a handoff, like at the handoff. He met him there, smoked him so hard I thought he was dead. Ball comes out, he picks it up, they get the ball back. I mean, and I immediately, like, I freaking fell in love with Jadeveon Clowney. Don't think, I mean, you know that there are better players than just the first round. Look how many good players we've gotten in the second round. Tucker Kraft was in the third round. Zach Tom was in the fourth round. Kingsley was in the fifth round. Nobody that's good is in the sixth round. Valentine and Rashid were seventh round. All right? We've had a ton of good UDFAs. Go watch highlights and envision them in Green Bay. Whatever position you want. Go watch running back and find a stud. Running backs are great to watch because they all look amazing. Go watch running backs and find our next running back. In fact, that's your assignment. I need you to go to either NFL Big Board, what is it? No, NFL, what the hell is it? NFL Mock Draft Database where they have their big board, or you can go to NFLDraftGrades.com. Either way is fine. Look at the big board, find a couple players at any position. Go find corners. Corners are tough on highlight reels because it's not all 22, but they'll still put together some nice stuff. Running backs, linebackers are great to watch highlights of. Pass rushers are great to watch highlights of. Defensive tackles are great to watch highlights of. Go find those names. Go to YouTube. Copy, paste. All right, Control V, Control C, and then type in space VS. And VS is verse. Actually, no, don't do VS. I do VS. You don't do VS. You do highlights. And that's it. And then watch that person dominate. And then watch somebody else dominate and watch somebody else. And then you call back in, Nico. And I want to hear you express jubilance. Okay? I want to hear Nico freaking out about at all costs. I don't care what it takes. We can trade another first-round pick from whatever year we get our next first-round pick to move up and get this guy. Okay? We have to get this guy at all costs. I need to hear passion about off-season content, Nico. Okay? That's what I need to hear.
And I'm getting in on this little saying who's going to call next.
Okay.
And I technically, this has just been one long phone call. So you can't say it was me. And yes, you're right. If I would have just said, hey, it's going to be me and call back, but I can't say it after you've already said that.
Right.
That's,
Somebody had the
my dad
chance
could be
and
the
blew
pure
it.
dad. Oh, no, my dad could be the pure dad. It's got to be different.
Mm-hmm.
But who is going to call? I'm going to say Kyle from Madison.
Oof.
Kyle, hook a brother up, man. Let's make history, Kyle. Also in a not creepy way. I'm saying that in a non-creepy way. But
Nobody even thought that was creepy. Is it Kyle from Madison?
Hey, 1265 fan.
Oh.
So I was
mean,
listening to
yay.
After Dark. I think it was Andy. Could have been somebody else. I apologize. He was talking about having different AIs, like actually Daryl which was a great idea, but I had another idea which would be great too.
Okay.
Along those same lines. So, thinking about doing another AI show, what if Sal did interviews of the next AIs? Like, pick some for Sal to interview, and then the Packernet podcast peeps kind of pick who their favorite interview was.
Oh, that's good.
What do you think about that?
Oh, that's brilliant.
That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe actually have an AI do an interview show. That might be kind of cool.
Sure.
Just some ideas. I just happened to think of that when Andy was talking about that whole thing with, having a different voice. And I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. Because then you kind of test out some different AI voices and personalities and kind of see what comes of that. I mean, maybe other After Dark callers will have some ideas, and it'd be kind of fun. All right. Bye.
That's good. So just to be clear, as you probably noticed, I did move forward with let's call it a concept. So here is the big picture that I'm thinking, okay? Because I'm trying to do this around what I assume is many of yours schedule. Everybody has different schedules, right? But I post mine at 4 a.m. This is all Lambo time. Because I figure I want it out there before everybody gets to work. Some people go to work very early. Maybe that's too early and people have their stuff clogged up and so they tune in and whatever. I don't know, whatever. But I'm there for you early in the morning. Go ahead.
Someone is at the front
Yes,
door.
we know that already. Okay, so that's your ride to work. I got you covered, okay? Sal pops up at noon. That's your lunch break. So theoretically, around lunchtime, so again, everybody has different breaks, whatever. My intention, maybe I should do it a little earlier for people that have earlier lunch breaks. By the way, let me know. Hey, it's not out for my lunch break. It'd be cool if it was. And my lunch is at 10 a.m. or something. I don't know, whatever. Then the plan is, and I've shifted it around, the new show, and I don't even remember what it's called anymore, the Daily Brief or something, is meant to be just like the news for the day. This is at 5, and it's meant to be your ride home. So you ride to work, you got me. Your lunch break, you got Sal being a crazy bastard while you're eating your sandwich. Then on your ride home, and it's a short podcast, so you can get caught up on some other stuff, but it's just a short little, hey, while you were at work, here's what you missed. Here was the breaking news, or the not so breaking, sorry, Nico. I mean the very normal, boring news that you missed throughout the day. So for example, today was a great day because they had the meetings and stuff. So it may not even be a daily thing. I don't want to force news if there's no news, but it's there if there's news. But that would be the 5 o'clock on your ride home kind of thing. The draft thing, I don't know. I put it at 7. No real purpose. It's kind of like a primetime thing or whatever. And then After Dark is 10. That's kind of the thought right now. But again, I'm kind of we're kind of just feeling this out and seeing how things go. But I freaking love that idea. I think that's brilliant. But you guys have to buy in a little bit. I'm going to need some buy-in, some people to call in and be like, this one was awesome, that one was stupid. Also, let me have some freaking ideas, because like I'm all about the voices.
From Alicia. Tom is come upstairs now.
I hate this thing so much, but if I unplug it, I get in trouble. Why do you unplug this? I'm trying to talk to you. You don't answer your phone. I can't get a hold of you. And then you have this unplugged. Why is this unplugged? I don't know, because it's dinging every 5 seconds. You know what it would remind me of? Remember on The Office when they're trying to find a new manager and like a bunch of people come in? A bunch of celebrities come in, like the Finger Lakes guy, which is Jim Carrey. You imagine Sal hosting an interview with different people, some of which are like celebrities or whatever, like pitching show ideas. And then you guys can chime in to be like, that would be a good show idea or that would be a stupid show idea. That would be fun. This is what I'm saying. Number one, I'm all about just having fun, screwing around, trying stuff. So people that take things super serious, this is not professional. Okay, then go somewhere else, please. Listen to a professional podcast. You're boring me. Freaking people. But also, this is something that should happen in the off season. Very off season-y stuff. But 1265, that is freaking brilliant, and I will absolutely be working on that. Did we take a second break? Let's take a second break.
Totally forgot.
Yes.
The one idea that I had, not idea. The one thing I heard that I wanted to comment on.
Okay.
About Sal.
Okay.
So, in the last Sal I listened to, he said he graduated from Peshtigo High School. Isn't he from Jersey?
You know.
Like, when did he come here from Jersey? Because
I thought about that. So here's the deal. I have him run through fact checks. Sometimes it misses stuff, but I try to fact check stuff. When I generate this, so the subscription I have for this is not cheap, but it's worth it because, you know, over the course of a month or whatever, it works out. But each generation takes up a lot. He talks for a very long time. So it takes a lot. And I could do smaller chunks or whatever to make sure. And maybe I'll do that from now on just to kind of make sure that I don't have to. But every time I hear something, I think to myself, do I really want to regenerate a whole one just to remove that one line? I maybe should have done that. But I heard that and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So I get it. I get what you're saying. And I was thinking to myself, is it possible for a guy to come here? And by the way, to be fair, he could have come over here his junior year. You know, he could have been in high school all the way through, came here his junior year. I mean, I switched schools like my sophomore year or whatever, graduated from the new school. He could have come here his senior year and graduated from Peshtigo High School. I thought you were going to say there was no Peshtigo High School or something, like they don't have a high school, which would have been significantly worse. But yeah, I caught that and thought to myself, and I just thought I'm going to let it ride and hope that I don't get too many people rolling their eyes at that. But obviously, it didn't get past U1265.
I mean, if he's been here since a kid, I don't know why he would still have the accent. I'm just saying.
Not a kid.
I'm just saying.
Not a kid.
Kind of weird, right?
No.
I don't know. I thought he moved here when he married his wife. Like maybe she was from here.
No.
I don't know. Anybody else catch that?
No.
Okay, bye.
No, it was his senior year, and he met his wife here as a senior in high school, probably. I don't know. I don't know his freaking backstory, but that's what we're going with, okay? And yes, he still has a thick accent as a result of, you know, being here from senior year. That's the story. Just don't worry about it, all right? Don't worry about it, okay? 1265, all right? Trust Sal. He doesn't lie.
Hey, Ryan, what's up? This is Dakota, that nerd in Tennessee. I never pay attention to the names of people that are actively talking when I interrupt their call to send in a call for me. And I don't know why. I should be more respectful, and I do apologize to people. But, so, somebody was just talking about having Sal be an acronym, like we should have made that happen, and you just kind of workshopped a couple real quick. I think I got one. It's a little out there, but I got the salient artificial lip flapper. Okay, so salient is just another word for prominent, right? So he's a prominent lip flapper. Obviously, he's artificial intelligence, and he has artificial lips. He doesn't have any actual ones. Actually, they're imagined because he don't even have a robot face. So, hey. And then he's always, I know it's flapping them gums, but I've heard people say flapping them lips.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the salient artificial lip flapper. Now, he's just out there talking. Anyway, I'll think of better ones. That one was pretty rough. But, hey, it's there, and I said it now, and I can't take it back. Also, I know you were talking about you like to have feedback.
Yeah.
And so I know this is usually something, that I could probably do message you on Twitter or something. But, so AI is AI, and people are going to use it. I have opinions, but my opinions are based in ignorance and old-fashioned thought processes, and need to figure out how I can kind of work those into the current world. And for me, it's mostly based off of, I guess, respect. So, like, for example, somebody had mentioned doing, like, John Madden's voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, okay, so you got the whole thing of using somebody's voice without their permission, right? And that could get actually really dangerous, especially if you're making a lot of money off of it, which, of course, you're making tons of money off of
super
this.
rich
now,
now,
that's
yeah.
what's happening. But also the fact that he's an absolute legend in the exact medium that you have your podcast, like, that it's in,
Mm-hmm.
football, that would be kind of rough. I mean, I feel like that would be disrespectful. I could be wrong. I think if you just randomly had, like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo
Right.
and Christopher Walken argue.
Yeah, we'll get to part 2, but I agree with that sentiment. I wouldn't use John Madden's voice for this. I mentioned to John Gruden, but I know when I was like workshopping that, I guess you could say, I didn't try John Gruden. I tried to find voices that mimicked, not necessarily John Gruden, but like what makes John Gruden awesome, or what would make him like a good host of a show, and then been like, okay, well, who kind of has a voice like that or whatever. By the way, the newest AI or whatever, it's kind of funny because it's not a voice, it's a conversation between several people. So if you think you know what the voice is, you're probably wrong. That, or you're picking out one of the people on there, but I doubt that. But yeah, I get that, and I agree. We probably shouldn't use John Madden. Probably shouldn't use any of them. But again, it's just kind of for fun, and it's screwing around. And if people want to take that seriously, then I don't know what to tell you. Again, this is not a multi-million-dollar enterprise here. Okay, if we're being honest, I'm looking at jobs, trying to wonder if maybe it's time to pack it in and go get a big boy job here. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so back to this. So Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and, like, Christopher Walken arguing about some football topic, like in season, or you could do, like, the whole Scooby and the Gang. I don't know why I just got on a Scooby kick.
I have no idea.
Scooby and the Gang, man. Have Scooby and Shaggy and Fred and Velma and Daphne. They all have a favorite team, and they just arguing. They just mad at each other. They said, no, this one's going to win the Super Bowl. And some of them just say some stupid stuff. Fred's obviously got to be the smartest in football because, that's just kind of how that works. But, I mean, that's how he's portrayed in older, I say older, in some Scooby-Doo shows. He tries to talk football with Shaggy, and Shaggy's like, dude, I don't know. I don't watch that. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, what are some other fun things, man? I mean, you could, like, I don't know, who's some crazy old He-Man and Skeletor. Skeletor, man! Skeletor is mad. I don't know, what's Skeletor a fan of? Is he a fan of the Lions? I don't know what he's a fan of. He's just sad all the time. That's why he's a villain. That's his villain arc. come on, we can do some fun, you can do some fun things with this, man. Like some people's, villain arcs. Like, it's football, rooted in football. Because their team just sucks. Somebody's a Browns fan, and because they're the factory of sadness, they became the Joker. I don't know. There's just some crazy things you can do. This is completely out there that I would 100% laugh about. So, anyway, there's my bad stuff out of my brain and face. So, enjoy, man. Peace out.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the 1265 hit on something, and I'll get to work on something like that because I think that could be kind of funny. Let's do Dakota Part 3, and then we'll get up out of here.
Dude, get the salient artificial lip flapper, and have him invite Raphael from the Ninja Turtles on. What is it the live action Raphael that has like a very Bostonian accent almost? Anyway, I don't remember. It's not even Bostonian. Jersey? I don't know. It's one of them dang accents. I haven't seen the movie in forever. But I know he had an accent. So have like Sal, bring on Raphael from the Ninja Turtles, and then they just have a pleasant talk about football. I don't know if we win against the Patriots. I feel like Raphael would be a Patriots fan. Or maybe he lives in New York, right? Maybe he could be what are they? The Jets or the Giants. Shoot, make them weird, make them a Bills fan. I don't know. Just, there's things, man. There's things. Sal could talk to Raphael, who is just, without a doubt, the best Ninja Turtle. So, I mean, why wouldn't he want him on the podcast, dude?
Okay.
That's cool stuff, man.
Okay.
It's cool, maybe the wrong word. But, dude, it's like, the possibilities are endless.
Look, let's just say that there are different trains of thought on who the best Ninja Turtle is. Okay, I mean that's we can agree on that. I don't know that we need to get into like a big thing on all of this. But Michelangelo is the best Ninja Turtle. Okay, I don't know what we're even talking about here. I don't want to get into a whole thing. You're allowed to like whatever Ninja Turtle you want. I didn't know there was different. I didn't know that Michelangelo wasn't basically everybody's favorite, I guess is what I'm saying. But people are into different things and weird things, and that's fine. You can be weird about stuff. Some people, they eat vegetables and they put pineapple on pizza, and that's fine. That's okay. We're an open-minded podcast here. But Sal would interview Michelangelo, so I'm just saying. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate all the feedback and everything, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.